All right. Hi, everyone. This is Marie-Claude, and I'm with Christina. And today we're going to be talking about the color green, how we can use it in our everyday life for healing and for energy, and also in your house to implement and embellish your surroundings. How are you doing, Christina?
Oh, I'm fine, Marie-Claude. I'm enjoying our early spring this year, and I am relishing getting outdoors and into my garden, which has a little bit of green in that, calling a green thumb. So it's nice to see you, and also good to be back with our series, One More Set.
We have to go with the colors. Now we're going to be doing we call the green. I'll start a bit because the green I find is the healing color. And if you go in energy, it's often related with Archangel Raphael. And it's often portrayed with crystals in jade colors. So this is like a little necklace that you can wear around your heart. It's always good. It's with the heart chakra that we're talking about. Some people will also use pink, just so that you know, and you're not worried, because the heart is related to both the color green and pink, like a rose quartz could be used also, just so people know. But green is also nature. And just going outside, I think green is, when you look at it, I think has a healing energy in itself, which you probably know and probably can give us some information too.
It is so true. And I am an interior designer who really believes in using biophilia design, which is biophilia is the science of understanding how shapes, forms, and colors like fractals and any type of organic shape creates this biological and physiological reaction in our body.
Hmm.
Our bodies innately, at a level that we don't consciously know, relate to that symbolism. And green, of course, we always think, well, if I'm going to do green, it's going to be a green plant and I'm going to bring greenery in that way in
Mhm.
my home. But green in your home could be so much more, and it can be used in a restorative way. Green is on the cool side of the color wheel. And when we're looking at the cool side, we're looking at, again, a restorative, because it relaxes our eyes when we look at green. And
Mm.
also it harmonizes well with the other colors. It's a great balance and it's a great stability for the other colors. And as you can see behind, these are the Montana mountains when you're driving through over to the west coast behind me, and that whole mountainside is green. And I'm sure through different seasons it could be yellow and so on against the blue sky, but the green is very, very harmonizing and we're attracted to it. But again, it has to be done in the right way, in the right room, and in the right tones. Because when you're looking at the forest or you're looking at plants, you can see the great variety of range of green
Mhm.
in our spaces, right? In the same way as your heart chakra is working with different colors, in a way, when you work with green, you also need to work with the different ranges of green so that it could feel right in your space.
Because when we see green, we go from like almost emerald, which could be bluish green, to the dark forest green that's really, really dark. And the one you're wearing right now is
Yes, this one
more
is. It's like
it's
a
a
yellow green. Like this is sort of where the world is now, in the yellow green, because it's sort of like in these mossy tones, and it gives this kind of a warmer green, because we're all kind of wanting those hug moments. So even though when we're looking at green behind me, we could see the dark green of the leaves of the flowers, and that dark green behind me. And you mentioned it before when we were talking before we recorded, Marie
Mhm.
Claude, when you were saying, wow, it's almost like black. It's exactly that. Hunter
Yeah.
green could be so dark, a green, that it could almost use and work in the same dramatic fashion and create that eloquence and that elegance that black can have in one
Mm.
space, in a living room, in a dining room, in some of the cabinetry. Those can be wonderful colors to draw out. And so green can be powerful as well as restorative in the same manner as it's restorative in your chakras, though I imagine that it has some magical properties that you can share with us.
Well, the green itself, because we're talking about your heart and your expansion and the healing, like I was saying, it's related with Archangel Michael, Raphael for the color. So we're talking about your capacity to love, to receive and give love. So it's all related to that. And it's also related to the healing of the body, your mind, your soul. So when you do feel like the blues, I guess you would say, you would go for the green. If you're feeling like you need, you can envision yourself going into a cocoon, a green cocoon, and just allowing your body to receive that energy, that healing energy. And if you want, you can put your hands on your heart.
Okay.
And we could
We're
try.
doing that now? Yes. Okay.
Let's try it now and see, because this is just to get people to reconnect to that part of them, because love for me is very healing. It's the nicest vibration we can take to heal, because there's no, it's when you love something, you love it so much that that part of it wants to heal itself, because it's like, oh, it's receiving all of this love. So it's the same as when you go
close
meet
my
your
eyes?
people. You can
Yes, to
close your
stay focused.
eyes, or
Okay,
you
I
can
think
just
so.
keep them open, but just relax if you want to keep them
Okay,
open.
if I fall asleep, you just wake me.
I'll have to wake you up.
Okay.
But like nature, as when you walk, or you can imagine yourself walking in nature, it's always, you know, your endorphins are going to be increased, your serotonin, you're going to be feeling more happy, calmer, because you're doing the same thing. So just putting your hands on your heart, you're basically activating the same things. And then you just breathe in. And like I say, the heart, I find, works with both colors of green and pink. I like to put both of them together. The greenish colors, like pale, and then imagining I have some pink colors also, and just amplify that, because it's all within my heart, and I'm just gonna grow it in my mind until it encompasses like your torso. You want it to grow it bigger until you get your arms, your legs. And you can do it with your breath work as you're pushing it out down to your feet, even higher, up in your head. Get that big bubble of light, greenish, pinkish light. Expand beyond your body. Make yourself like a big Easter egg cookie. Something that's nice. And see yourself, feel yourself in that energy, that color, that love, that healing, warm, comforting energy. And just doing that a little bit, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, a few breaths. You're really bringing in this nice energy within you. You can do it at home, sitting in front of a beautiful picture of nature or your plants, or outside in your grass. Or you bring that nature into your heart with your imagination. Because the beauty of the mind, sometimes it doesn't make a difference between imagination and what's real. So use your imagination, people. All right. So let's slowly come back. Breathing in this.
Thank
Feeling
you.
good.
I felt grounded. I felt what the color green does. It did ground me when I was doing that. I
Yeah.
should do that more often during the day.
It really brings you back to your heart, to your beingness. And so using it, like I say, with your imagination, your breath work, your energy work, or within your house, it's gonna help you be more grounded for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Like one of the things, like it is a color that can work well with so many other colors. Like that's the beauty of it. Like when
Bring
you're
your
using the
microphone.
color green,
Yeah.
when you're using the color green as a blend of multiple shades or in combination with other common soothing colors, it can create that restorative effect. So what we just experienced now with your wonderful meditative state and surrounding us in the color green,
Mm,
it was soothing inside and it was relaxing to my brain. And in interior design, it is soothing for the eyes as well.
yeah.
It's a beautiful, this verdant color. It works well with brights like reds, cool tones like blues, and natural. So if you're working in a neutral space, you could begin by deciding which shade of green you want to incorporate into your space, which shade of green speaks to you and makes you feel good, you know?
Mhm.
One of the most stress reducing shades in the green family, and there's no wonder it's sort of on trend now, and this is where it is going, and you're going to start to see more and more furnishings, soft furnishings, your case goods, your pillows, your throws, even in fashion, you're going to start to see this yellow green, pale yellow greens, beige greens, because they happen to be the most stress reducing shades of green. So if you ever want to, you know, help someone out who you know is going through and a stress, you know, bring them something that has these shades in them, something in their home that they can appreciate, and that will have like a physiological effect to them, and it will reduce their
Stress level.
stress. And who can, you know, with all these multiple waves of COVID, and this is never ending, we have tremendous difficulties, of course, in the world with war. And these are not times where we need to bring whatever tools we have at our disposal to
Yeah.
help us reduce our personal stress so we can be there for our families and our friends and ourselves, right? Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you begin with yourself and your family and you end with
Yeah.
yourself and your family, and we need to take care of each other. So these are simple ways that we can do that as well in our homes.
Yes. In our hearts and homes and
In
everywhere. So I want to say
exactly.
this is a beautiful segment for the greens and what we can do with it and how we can bring it into our lives in different ways and make it more enhancing to bring that peace within us. So lovely. I love this.
Exactly. And
This
Marie-Claude, I
concept.
really appreciate like your simple technique. Like anyone can do that, even in the
Yeah.
middle of a work day, if they're even if they're not working at home. I happen to work in a home office, but in the middle of a day in a busy office setting where you don't have control over your world, you can take those few minutes and do that exercise. And they could Zoom over the recording and just have you speak to them again and put them in that mind space, because
Yeah.
everyone can have those few moments to reground and find that restorative energy to take them back into the real world.
Yeah. 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 And you bring that with you. So you're going to shine it out, people.
Exactly. Well, thank you very much, everybody. And hopefully you're enjoying our series. And we look forward to hearing your comments and seeing how you do restorative practices to help you and your family in your living spaces and in yourselves. Bye-bye,
See you soon.
Marie-Claude.
Bye.